Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is James, New Rider Diaries, and check out where I am now. Yep, that's right, we're in the Snowdonia National Park. And join me as we go on another epic road trip through North Wales. And today we're visiting Mount Snowdon, which if you just look up there you can see the peak. I've done about 50 odd miles now. There's motorbikes everywhere, the sun's out, it's a perfect day for riding. The plan for today was just to come to Snowdon and see where the road takes us from here. I might go through some of the mountain passes onto Bangor and then head up the A55 back home. So yeah, join me along for the ride. Now, Snowdon is one of the places which I wanted to go ever since passing my test. I've been there quite a few times in the car, but on the motorbike I'm sure it's going to hit totally different. The sun's out, it's a great day for it, so let's do it. Lots of motorbikes out today, I'm certainly not the only one. I didn't actually plan to come out today. Unfortunately, I've got an exam next week, so I had planned on locking myself away all weekend and hitting the study books hard. But as soon as I woke up this morning, looked out of the window, saw that it's an incredibly sunny, amazing day, those plans just quickly went out of the window, and I knew I had to get out and hop on the motorbike. You know, even just talking through this little segment here, there's been 2 or 3 motorbikes that have passed me. Everyone's out on the road today. It's a brilliant day for it, and I absolutely cannot wait to get to Snowdon. Just looking at the sat nav now, and it says I'm on this road for 31 miles, so I've not done this route in a few years now, so it'd be interesting to see what it's like again. From what I remember though, it's quite a nice ride, looking up into the mountains and the hills up ahead. I cannot wait to get a bit further on. Not quite sure what I'm going to do when I get to Snowdon. I'm sure there's loads of different routes I can plan, so that I'm not just coming back on myself. But I'll have a look at the sat nav when I get there. I may even go on to Bangor, as I used to live there actually. Well, more specifically Lamphur PG. Don't even ask me to say the long name of it, even though I lived opposite that massive railway sign that's quite famous. I never ever learned how to pronounce it, so so yeah, hats off to anyone who can. Well, that's certainly not me. So yeah, I may just have a look around there and then head back up the bypass all the way up to Chester. I think it would be good to stretch the Scrambler 400's legs a bit, see what it can do. A couple of motorbikes overtaking now, pretty awesome. I'm just going to take it steady though, as the channel suggests. I am a new rider. I've only got a 400cc engine, so if you're looking for fast videos, then Ghost Rider I am certainly not. Hope you've all had a good week anyway. I've had quite a busy one. I had a week off last week, so spent most of this one catching up. Just when I thought I was back up to speed again, Friday hits. Don't know about yourselves, but the weeks just seem to fly by for me lately. Maybe that's just a sign of me getting old. who knows. But I suppose one good thing about the weeks going fast is that Saturday and Sunday it's motorbike time. So what have I got in the works for the bike then? As I think I mentioned on the last video, I've bought some bar risers. So I had confirmation in an email this morning that they've already shipped and left India now. So I'm hoping they'll be here in the next couple of weeks and I can fit them in. So after looking at the specifications on there, they raise the handlebars up by 22mm and they bring it forward towards you slightly, which I think will help me no end. I've been having a little bit of difficulty with my reach and giving me a bit of shoulder pain, unfortunately, while I've been out riding, but fairly confident that this should solve all the issues, give me a more upright riding position rather than kind of crouching down as I'm going. Got quite a long torso, so I think my T-Rex arms have been struggling a bit. So yeah, really looking forward to getting those. I'm also going to order the 15-tooth sprocket. I have talked about it off and on the videos past couple of times. However, I'm going to be totally honest here now. I no longer have my rose tinted glasses on regarding this bike, so I can appreciate that not everything is the world-class standard I first thought it was. And I'm just going to come out with it and say that the gearing is really winding me up. So I don't really want to be changing to second gear when I'm only doing 3 mile an hour. So unfortunately the 14-tooth front sprocket has got to go. Really looking forward to getting the new one though, and I'm definitely going to be installing that as soon as it arrives. I've had a look at some instruction videos. I think it's a job I could do even with no mechanical experience. I'm sure I'll be doing it under the watchful eye of my dad, but I'm going to give it a crack. I've had a look at some of the figures. I think it'll increase the gearing by about 7%, which I think would be perfect for this bike. I can totally appreciate the current gearing setup. You know, it is a scrambler, you know, and I'm sure that works if scrambling is your thing, but you know, I'm rarely, if ever, going to go off-road on this, so I'm going to switch over to the 15-tooth, and I am certain from what I've seen, what I've read up on, that'll be the best way forward for myself. And you know, if it doesn't work out, well, it's hopefully going to be a 15-20 minute job and I could just swap it back anyway, so there'll be no drama if I don't like it once I've changed it. But we'll definitely give it a go, that's for sure. What a day for it though. Looks like we're stuck in a bit of a convoy now. Someone going quite slow at the front, but you know, on days like this where you haven't got to be anywhere in particular in any sort of hurry, then I'm certainly not complaining. Wales just is stunning. Looking down at that river there's someone fly fishing. It's could be a postcard. Honestly, if you pulled up, took a picture of that, it could win a competition. You just don't get this anywhere else in the world. I don't feel, there's just a certain feel about the place. I truly love Wales, everything about it. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about gear on this ride, specifically helmets. Now I'm actually wearing a Shoei GT Air 2 helmet. Absolutely love it. I think it's a great helmet. It looks good. I think it fits in with any kind of bike you may ride, whether that's a classic or a modern. I think it's just quite a versatile helmet. Obviously it's got great protection. You can use it on the track like many other helmets these days. It's got an internal sun visor, which is quite handy for me, which I'm using now, as I do wear glasses. So that really is essential for me, I find, like an internal sun visor, because it just means that I'm not switching out between prescription sunglasses and prescription, everyday glasses. Also, other cool features, it's got really good airflow through it. Really comfortable for me as well. I did have to buy some different cheek pads to really get it to fit, because my hamster cheeks were just not going away. So after a few weeks, I kind of realised that this isn't actually just a bedded in issue, it's a sizing issue. So got some replacement pads, and everything fits like a dream now. So I ended up buying this helmet off a friend. Now I know what you're all thinking, never ever buy a helmet second hand, and I would totally agree with that. I would never normally do it on any other circumstance, only one of my friends was selling this, and I actually know full well that he's only worn it a handful of times and it's in near enough perfect condition. So as it was just outside the return period, it allowed me to swoop in and get the steal of the century, because I actually picked it up for, I think it was around 160 quid in the end. The only downside I would really say to this, well, in fact there's two. One being the weight. Now I don't really have a lot to compare this to, but it feels like quite a heavy helmet, and unfortunately I do have a bad neck, and I think this helmet is contributing towards that somewhat. And after every ride I've been on, I'm feeling it in my neck, really, to be honest. I do appreciate that as my neck gets more used to riding, I'm sure that pain will go away, so I'm sticking with it, certainly for the time being. And the second downside, which a lot of people would probably think is actually an upside, is the built-in Senna attachment. So the Bluetooth headset kit for this is, the helmet's designed to be integrated with the Senna SLR kit, SLR2 I think I've said that right. And really I did want a Cardo, because I've just heard so much more better things. But yeah, I guess I could still get a Cardo, but there's no point in someone's just stuck a policeman mannequin up there. Bit weird, bit creepy looking. But anyway, so yeah, I did want a Cardo ideally, as I've heard a lot better reviews, shall we say, than Senna, but I suppose I could still get one. But what would be the point, really, of having a avocado stuck on the side of the helmet when I can have the centre just slotted in, and no one would ever know I've got a kit on. So I actually had a look at some of the prices. The centres are extortionate, you know, for this one. The Centre SL R2 is, you know, you're rarely going to find one below 200 quid, and that's the basic one. However, I must have got lucky because I found a kit online. Some guy, I think he was he said he was emigrating, which is the reason for the sale, so he was getting rid of all his motorcycle kit, and I think time was running out for him to sell it all. So I managed to get the Senna SLR mesh edition, so the top of the line one, for I think it was about 180 quid in the end. So I've installed that. It fits seamlessly. You can't tell that you've even got a headset in. But the only problem is I've not even switched it on. I've not done any group rides yet, but so I appreciate the mesh may come in handy later on. And when I'm out on the bike and not filming, I kind of like the peace and quiet, really. So I'm not sure if it's just a complete waste of money or not having the headset. But time will tell on that one, I guess, and you know, I'm sure I can always sell it if it really doesn't get any use. Nice little place, this. It's Betws-y-Coed, is it? Didn't even look at the name when I rode through. Some people on the village green. Lots of amazing shops here, loads of outdoor pursuit places. Go outdoors, trespass, Rohan, help kit. I love all that kind of stuff, so it's on the list to come here with my girlfriend for sure. Whoa. So we're back on the road now. I just had to stop there. The views were just immense. So I was considering going to Bangor and then on back home via the A55, but having rode some of these incredible roads here, it'd be a shame if I was just to go home via the A55. So I'm gonna head up here, turn left, and then go through Llanberis and then through Caernarfon, or towards Caernarfon anyway. Again, I don't really know where I'm where I'm going, but that's part of the fun, to be honest. Let's get totally lost. This is just why you get a license. I would urge anyone on the fence about doing it just to go ahead and get it done. Nice couple on a tandem sort of tricycle thing. Said hello to them before, they seem really nice and friendly. And there we go, there's the peak. Is it? Or is that it? Oh, I don't know. There's a couple of peaks. I'm glad I just went a bit further down the road to stop at that other viewpoint. This is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there should be some like theme tune music going on as I come down here. Could do with some sort of epic orchestra playing. It really is amazing. Okay guys, so I've had a bit of a rethink. I'm going to skip out the A55 entirely and head back through to Betws-y-Coed through a different route. It's almost like a big circle before I rejoin the road that I travelled out on. Reason being is that I'm having such a good time, such an amazing ride, that I don't feel I can spoil it by going on the A55. Not that that road is particularly bad. You know, you're riding along the coast, so that in itself is still quite a nice route. It's just that this route is just so much better for me and so much more enjoyable, that I just don't want it to end. So I think this will take me back through, as I said, Betws-y-Coed, and then I'll join up it's the road I was on not long ago. In fact, I kind of know where we are now. I've stayed in a log cabin up here, which was really, really nice. So I think I can guess my way home. But just the landscapes that I'm going through, the mountains, they're just incredible. And I've said it before, I've rode these, I've drove these roads before in my car, but you kind of don't really appreciate how stunning they actually are unless you're on a bike and you can kind of look around you and you feel almost part of the scenery, I guess. In fact, these are the log cabins I've stayed at. Really, really nice. I recommend anyone going there. We had a nice cabin. We had a nice log cabin down by the river. It's a hot tub and beautiful views. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but there it is. nearly ended the video back there. I sort of filming an outro because I didn't think there'd be much more to see, but looking at the Snowdonia National Park from the back, from the other view, is almost equally as stunning as it is from the other side. So I'm glad I kept the camera rolling, really. I feel absolutely tiny, honestly. These mountains, you know, you think just because they're in Wales and in Britain that we don't have very big mountains here. Well, that myth has been completely exposed today, shall we say. Because there's some serious mountains around here. Yeah, it feels like I'm in a Lord of the Rings movie. If they hadn't filmed that in New Zealand, I'm sure they could have figured something out round here. Wow, Conway. Not actually been here before. That lake there, absolutely incredible. Really are lucky to be living so close by these amazing scenes. That's past few weeks, some of these road trips I've taken have made me appreciate this, well, not this country, because I don't live here in this country, but it's made me appreciate the British Isles a lot more. The fact that we've got so many incredible places to go. I feel like I sometimes overlook that just to go abroad, when I'd probably appreciate just coming on a hiking holiday in Wales, for example. Okay guys, I think what I'll do is I'll end the video here, because we're just about to rejoin the roads that I've already been on, so there's nothing new to see other than looking at it from a different perspective, I suppose. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the road trip today. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best one I've done so far, certainly from an enjoyment factor. I just couldn't believe it. To have all these mountains and incredible roads on your doorstep is just, I feel so lucky, and I'm so glad that I did my test. It's days like today that make it all worthwhile. All that money, all getting up early and having those coaching sessions and studying for the theory test and having to go through your CBT, etc, etc, everything is totally worth it when you come on a trip like this. And I would just say to anyone that's in two minds about taking their test, or even just starting out and doing a CBT, or just absolutely go for it, because you will not regret it. Absolutely will not regret it. I honestly think this is one of the best things I've ever done, and I'm thoroughly enjoying being out on the bike. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. Really enjoying some of the comments and the feedback so far. As always, have a great week, ride safe, and I'll speak to you all again soon. All the best.